Asterisk, the Maruti Suzuki Gypsy is more than just a car. It is a living legend of the Indian automobile world. When people call it India's legendary off-road king, they are not exaggerating but simply telling the truth. For decades, this tough and simple machine has ruled the hearts of soldiers, travelers, adventurers, and motorsport lovers. It was never about luxury or comfort, but about strength, endurance, and reliability. The Gypsy stood as a symbol of courage and ruggedness in a country where roads often disappeared into mountains, deserts, and jungles. Asterisk, the Gypsy was first introduced in December 1985, at a time when India had very few choices for off-road vehicles. Most options were either heavy jeeps or outdated utility vehicles that lacked refinement. The Gypsy came as a breath of fresh air. It was based on a globally proven design but adapted for Indian conditions. Its boxy design, lightweight build, and dependable mechanics immediately made it stand out. From the very first day, it was clear that this was not just another car. It was a machine built for the wild. Asterisk, the title off-road king belongs to the Gypsy because of what it could do in places where most other vehicles would surrender. It was built on a strong ladder-frame chassis with excellent ground clearance and came with a reliable four-wheel drive system. These features gave it the confidence to face almost any terrain. Whether it was climbing rocky hills, crossing muddy trails, traveling through deep sand in deserts, or moving over snow in the Himalayas, the Gypsy could do it all. Its lightweight design worked as a hidden strength. Where bigger and heavier SUVs got stuck, the Gypsy would keep moving forward without hesitation. The engines may have looked small on paper, starting with a 1-liter unit and later a more powerful 1.3-liter, but in practice they were unstoppable when combined with a strong gearbox and low-range gears. Asterisk, no story of the Gypsy can be told without mentioning the Indian Army. For decades, the Gypsy was the backbone of India's defense transport system. It was used for patrols, transporting soldiers, carrying equipment, and even performing missions in extreme conditions. Soldiers trusted it in freezing cold mountains, in dense jungles, and in the hot deserts of Rajasthan. It never disappointed them. The army valued it not just for its ruggedness but also because it was easy to maintain and repair even in remote areas. Even after the civilian version was discontinued in 2019. The army continued to order it in limited numbers. The image of a convoy of white or green gypsies moving across difficult terrain became a symbol of Indian defense power. This bond with the armed forces added a heroic character to the Gypsy, making it more than just a car. Asterisk, the Gypsy was also a star of Indian motorsports. It became the preferred rally vehicle for countless drivers and teams. The reason was simple. It was light, agile, and durable. On rally tracks that demanded speed, strength, and balance, the Gypsy delivered everything. Modified versions with bigger tires, roll cages, and tuned engines dominated events across the country for years. Many rally champions started their careers in Gypsies. Even off-road clubs across India made it their first choice for adventure trips. To this day, one can find Gypsies being restored, modified, and celebrated at off-road events and motors competitions. Its rally heritage gave it a unique identity that no other SUV could match. Asterisk, another reason the Gypsy deserves the title of a legend is its simplicity. At a time when cars are becoming more electronic and complicated, the Gypsy stood out with its purely mechanical soul. It had no unnecessary gadgets or fragile sensors. Its interior was basic, its controls were simple, and everything about it was easy to understand and repair. A local mechanic in a small village could open its bonnet and fix it without advanced tools. This simplicity was not a weakness. It was its greatest strength. It made the Gypsy incredibly reliable. Owners could take it deep into forests, up mountains, or across deserts without fear of being stranded. Its boxy and timeless design also added to its character. It was never meant to be stylish in a modern way, yet its tough look became iconic and loved by generations. Asterisk, the Gypsy is truly India's off-road king because it was made for India, used across India, and loved by Indians. It was not a luxury, import, or an expensive foreign product. It was a Maruti Suzuki creation, built locally and adapted to Indian roads and conditions. Farmers used it in rural areas, officers used it in forests, families used it for travel, and of course the army relied on it for the nation's safety. From city streets to remote paths, from civilian life to military duty, the Gypsy carried a presence that few vehicles could ever achieve. It became part of India's culture of toughness and adventure. Asterisk, in 2019, the production of the Gypsy for civilian use came to an end because of stricter safety and emission rules. For many enthusiasts, this felt like the closing of a golden chapter in India's automobile history. Yet the end of production was not the end of the Gypsy. Its spirit continues to live through countless used vehicles still running strongly on Indian roads. Enthusiasts buy them, restore them, and proudly drive them to this day. Car collectors treat them as treasures, and rally clubs still prepare gypsies for competition. Even today, when modern SUVs, like the Jimny or compact off-roaders arrive, people immediately compare them to the Gypsy because it remains the benchmark of toughness. Asterisk, the title India's legendary off-road king captures everything that the Gypsy stands for. It became legendary because of its 3-decade-long service, its bond with the army, its dominance in rallies, and its cult following among enthusiasts. It became the off-road king because no other Indian SUV matched its agility, simplicity, and go-anywhere spirit. It became India's own icon because it was designed here, produced here, and remembered here. The Gypsy is not only